Hi. Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Chris here. Just getting this all set up. If anybody is out there, say hey. I would love to know who's out there. And if you have any particular questions, feel free to ask me in the chat. I'd be happy to answer what I can. And just for those of you who don't know me, I am a chiropractor in Los Angeles, and I've been practicing for 30 years. I'm also a wife and mom of 3 children, and I am an alchemist. I love essential oils. I love all that they can do. And I'm here to talk a little bit today about the best oils that you can use to keep your home. How do I want to put this? Especially the indoor air quality. You want to keep it clean and fresh and try to keep it as detoxified of the things that are floating in the air as much as possible. And that includes anything we might consider to be a germ or microbe or whatnot. So there is a whole bunch of research out there, and I've been kind of delving into this a little bit. And I will put as much as possible in the description. I don't know if I'm going to be limited to how many characters I can put in there, but I will put in at least the ones that I found to be pertinent, because there's been a lot of research done out there about essential oils and about their effect on things like bacteria and viruses and mold and funguses. So and they didn't necessarily even use Young Living essential oils, and they had some good results. So this is what's great, is that even though there are a whole bunch of things out there, we can use our plant oils to help to keep our home fresh. And in the end, they're not going to harm us like other chemicals would. They're going to help to keep our own systems functioning at a high level. So that's what's going to be even better, because they're not going to harm us. They're going to help us, help support us while they're keeping everything clean and fresh. So let's just go into a little bit of, God, there's so much research, but I just want to start listing some of the essential oils, the best ones that I found for keeping us clean and fresh, and I might even say disinfect, but I hate to use that because we live in a buggy world. We're not going to be able to get rid of everything. We just want to keep everything clean and fresh. So I like that a little bit better. All right, number 1 is cinnamon essential oil. So I've got the cinnamon vitality here, the cinnamon bark vitality. It has a companion that is the kind of brown label. For those of you who are new to Young Living, the Vitality line is a line specifically for internal use. It is the absolute same oil as the one found in the brown label, which I don't have with me, but same oil, just different label. The brown label is for aromatic and topical use. So I just leave that with you. So some of these I have a twin. So this is the Vitality Twin. So it's a great scent, and it's also known to have powerful mechanisms for things like bacteria. And there are actually studies out there. So there's a recent study from 2018 published that showed different constituents of the cinnamon bark, specifically cinnamaldehyde and cinnamic acid, successfully inhibited bacteria by damaging their cell membrane. So we know that this happens. Again, I will put these studies that I'm talking about in the description. So I'm just speaking about studies. I'm not making any claims, but this is what they found. And so what you can do is you can diffuse it in the air, and that's going to help deodorize the air and help keep it clean. And you can also mix 3 to 4 drops of cinnamon essential oil in a gallon of water and use that solution to clean any hard surfaces like in the kitchen and bathroom, like tiles, floors, sinks, etc. You can mix it with things like ylang ylang, orange, peppermint. They tend to blend well with cinnamon, and that way you can again diffuse if you would like. Now, I'm I'm going to talk about a couple of other oils. We know that cinnamon is one of the major oils in the thieves essential oil. So I'm not going to talk about thieves as a blend, but it is an amazing blend. But this is the reason why all of the household cleaners and all of the body care products have thieves in it. Cinnamon is one of the essential oils in there. Rosemary, eucalyptus, lemon, and clove. Those are the 5 in there. And I'm going to talk about these oils separately, but you don't have to buy them separately. You can just get them in thieves. And as you notice, it has a brown label, but it also has a vitality component. So the oil is the same. Vitality is for internal use. All right, enough said on that. Now thyme, and I think I grabbed again. Oh, did I not grab my thyme? I forgot thyme. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't know what I did with it, but I grabbed it. Interesting. Oh, here it is. I always think it has more of like a blue label. I always think it has a green label. Again, that has a vitality component. And it is rich in a chemical called thymol, carvacrol, and linalool. And again, I am not going to go into these substances specifically, but each essential oil has a chemical constituent, and that's what makes it specific to that essential oil. And it will have some of these compounds higher than the other. But basically, all of those compounds, those constituents, will help you stay protected from bacteria and other environmental threats, even those found in food. So there was a research study done in the International Journal of Food Microbiology where thyme oil was potent enough to inhibit salmonella, which is often a contaminant. Well, it is a contaminant of eggs and especially poultry and other raw meats. They also found that in a study, again, in a Journal of Food and Drug Analysis, that thyme essential oil can be used as a natural food preservative because of its high antifungal and antibacterial activities. So if it's safe enough for food, then obviously it's going to be safe enough to use in your home. So you can blend it with other essential oils. You could blend it with thieves. You can blend it with lavender or oregano and rosemary. And you can clean your surfaces in the kitchen, especially a chopping board. You can diffuse it. You can put it in your dish soap, since it is so effective with some of these microbes that are in food. But you can use it anyway as far as diffusing or letting it go into the air. It's going to have a great effect. Okay, so tea tree oil is the next one. And this is one that is a staple in a lot of cleaning products, also body care products too, because it's got really great purifying properties. So you can put it into your skincare products or shampoo or body care products as well. And it is incredibly useful for working on topical and airborne microbes. So there was a research study published in the Physical Chemistry um, publication that showed tea tree oil, especially in combination with eucalyptus essential oil, was successful at fighting staph infection and E. coli. So that is one thing that we found. There was also another study that showed an activation of airborne influenza virus by tea tree and eucalyptus oils. So this is what we're talking about with being able to clean the air. And there's a number of other studies out there pointing to that powerful, not only antibacterial and antiviral qualities, but also antifungal. So great place to use tea tree would be in the bathroom or anywhere else that there's high humidity and moisture. So you can diffuse tea tree with or without things like eucalyptus to purify and sanitize the air in your home. You can blend it with other oils, like I said, thieves, lemon, lavender. You can clean the hard surfaces in your home and make a all-purpose tea tree cleaner, or add it to the thieves household cleaner that you use, especially for the bathroom. All of this stuff is going to be helpful. All right, let's move on to oregano oil. So here's Oregano Vitality. Again, it has a companion that has a green label, and it is packed with something called phenols. And this is another chemical constituent that tends to be bactericidal, and it can help you with your cleaning routine. So you can certainly add this to your thieves cleaner. There's been studies that show it inhibits E. coli and another bacteria called Pseudomonas aeruginosa. And this is a germ mostly found in hot tubs, pools, and other standing water. So if you have any of those around, you can use it. You can use it to help refresh and clean the bathroom, any nooks and crannies, and of course your kitchen because of the E. coli. So you can diffuse it, refresh the air with oregano, and make it smell like a pizza place, right? It mixes well with tea tree and rosemary and lavender, and you can, like I said, add it to your cleaner. All right, moving on. Peppermint. Who doesn't love some peppermint? Again, there's a vitality component. So anything that we're talking about here to antisepticize the air, it's going to help support your own body system as well. So it's an amazing, amongst other things, it's an amazing natural cleaning agent, and it has antiseptic properties which are attributed to the constituent of menthol. So this is the same thing that helps with supporting your muscular system if you've worked out too hard. And so that's why these oils are good for so many things, is because of these chemical constituents. All right, so there was a 2017 study published in the Journal of Applied Microbiology, and peppermint oil showed the best antibacterial activity against something called C. difficile out of all the tested products. So C. difficile is a bacteria that tends to thrive in areas like toilets and bathing tubs and other things that may be in contact with feces. Right? Amazing. So if you have pets, or if you have children that you are cleaning things that get a little soiled, peppermint is going to be your friend, and certainly for the bathroom. So you can diffuse peppermint into the air, and the microscopic, super tiny peppermint particles will purify the air. And believe it or not, they also can help with pesky things that tend to bite you when the sun goes down, aka mosquitoes. Flies don't like peppermint either. Most bugs don't. So you can just put away all that toxic stuff and you can use peppermint to help with a lot of pests. You can add peppermint to anything you're using to clean, and it's going to mix well with things like lemongrass and tea tree and lavender and eucalyptus. Which brings me to eucalyptus. This is Eucalyptus radiata. It does not have a vitality component. Okay, so it is used in thieves. So this is again part of the thieves 5 essential oils, and it is widely used as a natural remedy. It's really amazing when you diffuse just a few drops into the air. You're going to help with so many things to clean and freshen it. It's incredible. You clear your sinuses, you're going to breathe easier, and using it during any cold or flu season is going to be great, along with maybe a little extra thieves. Now, believe it or not, these two things together, eucalyptus and tea tree, they've been studied quite a bit. And they have been found in a study clinically proven to kill the airborne flu virus. Now, just a little note on that, by the way, for flu viruses. There isn't just one flu virus, and that's the problem. This is why there's such an issue with it, or people can get the flu even maybe one or more times during a season, is because it's constantly changing and there's different strains, and our bodies will come to recognize it. But if it's a new strain, this is another reason why we're having an issue with the COVID-19. It's a new strain. So our bodies have to learn about viruses. They're a little bit different in how they act than with bacteria. And you definitely do not want to take an antibiotic for a viral infection because that's not going to work. So anyway, tea tree and eucalyptus oils tend to have an affinity to help support the respiratory system. And so that's why they are so helpful with things like an airborne flu virus. Again, I'm not saying it's going to definitely help, but it's something that has been shown to be clinically helpful. All right. So the antiseptic value of eucalyptus oil can be attributed to a component called eucalyptol, which is also known as 1,8-cineol. And this is the major constituent that has been shown in studies to have the positive effect, or the, I guess, negative effect on things like bacteria like tuberculosis and drug-resistant bacteria problems like staph infections, different viruses, fungi, even candida. It's actually one of the most versatile oils. It's pretty incredible. As I've been doing this research, it's pretty amazing. So just a little history on it. Back in the late 19th century, eucalyptus oil was used as an antiseptic agent during surgeries, as well as for cleaning catheters. And the United States officially recognized eucalyptus as an effective agent against insects, particularly ticks and fleas, in 1948. It's also been found to be helpful, improve blood circulation, relieving pain, and boosting the immune system. So this is all stuff we've known for a very long time. And according to the Scientific World Journal, the strong scent of eucalyptus also repels house rats. So they say to get rid of your rat problem, dilute 20 drops of eucalyptus oil in some water and spray the solution around your pantry and around small openings of your house. But just keep in mind that eucalyptus essence may irritate your cat. So put the cat in the other room. You can wipe down things with eucalyptus, especially where mold is prone to thrive. You can add it to your washing cycle to eradicate dust mites from your linen towels and pillows, and that's another source of indoor pollution. And you can mix it with tea tree for its germicidal properties. And it also mixes well with peppermint, lavender, and lemon. And that actually is a blend. The LLP is a blend that people often use to help support their respiratory system during the seasonal time when things are blooming. So I will put that study about using eucalyptus to repel rats in the description. All right, so much on eucalyptus. All right, clove, number 7. We're getting there. So I've got the clove vitality. It's a known natural antiseptic agent. Its antibacterial and antifungal activity can be attributed again to a compound called eugenol. And clove bud oil contains about 80 to 90% of eugenol. And the research that they've done shows that E. coli, Staph aureus, which is something known to cause acne, and a Pseudomonas aeruginosa, which causes pneumonia, are especially sensitive to clove essence. There's another study that shows the microbiocide activity of clove essential oil. And this is why it's so helpful. And again, clove oil is another component of thieves. It's not a surprise why Gary Young put those 5 essential oils in there when he was looking at their activity to help support the immune system, and knowing these effects that it has on things that we're surrounding ourselves. So again, we're not going to get rid of all germs. That's just not going to happen, but it's going to cut down on the amount of them. All right, so you can diffuse it. You can mix it with other essential oils. We already have it mixed in thieves, so you can add extra if you want. You can use it with things like tea tree and peppermint for killing mold in your bathroom, and spraying it on surfaces. And if you just let it sit, it's going to be super helpful. But just remember, it's a hot oil. So if it comes in contact with your skin and your skin gets irritated, just apply a little bit of a carrier oil. Don't try to wash it off. All right, number 8, lemon essential oil. I'm showing you the topical and aromatic version. It does have the companion of vitality. And it's widely known that it has disinfectant attributes. This is why you see things with supposedly lemon in them with standard cleaning products. We know it's probably just fragrance, but that is why, because historically lemon has been used so widely. So the key constituents are limonene and B-pinene. Those are the 2 major components that give the oil its antimicrobial properties. So according to the scientific research, a lemon essential oil is strong enough to inhibit bacteria Listeria monocytogenes, and that can be found in raw meat. So this can be used again for food contamination. Also helping with the harmful bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, Staph aureus, and they can cause serious illness. So this is, again, super helpful to use as a cleaning agent. And of course, anything sticky or gooey, whatnot, you're going to use lemon oil because it is going to help cut through all of that. So it's going to help, all this stuff is going to help clean your air, your surfaces, so you don't have to use toxic products. And your essential oil diffuser means you don't have to use air fresheners. You're going to use the oils, and they are going to help with freshening the air. All right, really quick, lavender is another one that has been found to help boost your immune system and can help you resist things you come in contact with, like viruses. That's just one thing. And then if you use it at night, you're going to be helping support your healthy sleep patterns. So I love to diffuse this one at night. A few honorable mentions are sage. Again, I have the vitality, but it does come in the green label. And anytime you want to think of air purifying, this is why a lot of indigenous cultures will sage. They'll actually use sage and burn it. So instead of burning it, you can use sage. You can make a spray and spray your air, put it in your diffuser. It not only helps with freshening the air, but it also helps freshen just even negative energies around. Another one that has honorable mention is geranium. And a few others are, I didn't grab it either, are rosemary, lemongrass, and orange. But with geranium, I do know people, I've seen it, I haven't investigated it, but I do know sometimes people use it when they are trying to either eliminate or cut down on the chlorine in things like their spas or even pools. So again, I'm not an authority on that, but it's something I actually have been looking into because I do have a pool. And so we try to use as little chlorine as possible. So, just a few thoughts on these essential oils. When I'm talking about them, I'm specifically talking about Young Living products because if you are using other essential oils, they may have other excipients in them. They may not be completely pure. So, if you are using an oil perhaps that is synthetic or has a fragrance added to it, and you don't know that, you're going to be diffusing synthetic chemicals throughout your air. And it may have phthalates, which I have major health problems, including hormone disruptions. So you definitely want to make sure that you are using pure, undiluted, therapeutic, processed in such a way that there's been no chemicals added to them, and they have been distilled in such a way that all of those chemical constituents that I'm talking about are allowed to be in the oil, because if you're not distilling it properly, they may not have the same chemistry and therefore not be therapeutic. So that's it. If anybody is watching, if you have questions, just let me know. And I hope that you found this useful. And if you have any certain things you want me to talk about, let me know. And next week, I'm going to start talking a little bit about individual oils. And I hope you have a great week and keep diffusing those oils and using them to help support your system. All right, everybody. Good night.